Home and away spoilers. Tane forced to choose between Perri and Harper. Next week on Home and Away in the UK, Tane's loyalties are tested as Perri decides whether to testify against his dad while Harper prepares for her ultrasound. Although Harper has a huge weight off her shoulders, now that her pregnancy news has been made public, unanswered questions over Tane's involvement with both her and the baby are now playing on her mind. Harper had struggled to tell Tane that he was going to be a father for over 2 months, and ended up blurting it out to stop Tane getting into a fight with Carl Hayes, proving that he had too much to lose by risking his suspended sentence. When Harper gave Tane some space to process the news, she was concerned when his first instinct was to go and drink at Salt. Later turning up at the beach house drunk, Tane passed out on the sofa after Harper suggested they wait until he was sober to have a serious conversation. And after many to's and fro's the following day, Tane finally confirmed to Harper that he was all in, and prepared to be a father to his baby. However, whilst struggling with the fact that she's secretly in love with him, Harper remains unsure of just how in Tane wants to be. Indeed, as Summer Bay came to learn the news, questions were already being asked about the surprise pairing, ones which neither Tane nor Harper could answer. Although Tane had told Harper that the three of them would be a family, Alf's assumption that they were a couple led Harper to ask if that was the case. Tane admitted he should have worded himself more carefully, and that he hadn't thought of what it meant for them, but promised that she and the baby would be his top priority. If that was enough for now, Perri has also begun to question his place in Tane's life, and started seeking out alternative accommodation whilst thinking Tane wouldn't want him hanging around with a baby on the way. Tane reassured Perri that he would always have a home with him. Next week, Tane and Perri have gone away camping for a few days, leaving Harper to face the bay's questions on her own. Marilyn kindly gifts Harper a handmade blanket before asking if Tane wants a boy or a girl. But Harper doesn't know. When Xander later asks whether she and Tane will be attending the birthing classes together, Harper again does not know. Unfortunately for John, it's his questions about Harper and Tane's living arrangements that breaks the camel's back. As an agitated Harper confirms that they haven't yet discussed it, but when they do she will be sure to let him know. Dana approaches and intervenes, reminding John that if he wants gossip, he should come through her. As John leaves, Harper breaks down, overwhelmed by the ongoing uncertainty. John later apologizes to Harper for overstepping the mark, with a nearby Alf commenting that is the town's biggest gossip since Colleen Smart. When Tane and Perri eventually return from their trip, Tane suggests to Perri that they should get their own place, particularly since they'll need more room than they have, living with Mackenzie and Levi at the farmhouse, once the baby is born. Despite Tane and Perri having spent the last 3 days together, Harper still struggles to get some alone time with Tane to talk. When she politely asks Perri if he would mind giving her and Tane some privacy, Tane wonders if it's really that important. Tane explains to Harper that Perri was worried he would abandon him after hearing about the baby, and he has been attempting to show that he will keep his promise to him. But what about, Harper inquires, the promise Tane made to her and the baby? As Harper tells Tane about all the questions, John interrupts the conversation and proves Harper's point. Tane admits that he doesn't know what the future holds for them yet, but promises that he will be at the ultrasound next week, as well as all future scans. Tane soon finds his loyalties torn when he returns home to find Rose had called over to talk to Perri about his complaint against Carl. The DPP are happy to proceed in prosecuting him, and have set a tentative court date, but it will only go ahead if Perri is willing to testify against his father. When Tane asks for details, a disappointed Perri tells him that if he'd been there with him when he was talking to Rose, then he'd know. Perri apologizes the next day, and having already spoken to Rose himself, Tane is now up to speed on the situation. As Perri asks what he should do, Tane tells him that it's got to be his own decision. Perri knows that he cannot let Carl get away with what he did, and so reluctantly agrees to testify. Tane promises to be at Perri's side during his court appearance, scheduled for the following Thursday. However, when Harper later informs Tane that the ultrasound is booked in for next Thursday, his heart sinks. Rather than tell Harper the truth from the outset, however, he simply admits that he cannot make it. Let me guess, Harper sighs, you have plans with Perri. After Tane confirms that's correct, Harper storms out, upset that he's already straying from his promise. Tane follows her out, but neglects to explain the importance of what's actually going on with Perri. Instead, he creates drama for drama's sake by vowing to be there for her on Thursday after all. Having committed himself to both Harper and Perri, which one of them will end up getting hurt?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.